Phyllis Hughes Award recognizes individuals who exemplify public service and is presented yearly by the Plymouth Area Coalition. This year's recipient is Plymouth Area Chamber of Commerce Executive Director Amy Naples, and Julie invited Amy via Zoom to discuss this prestigious award.
Amy Naples, Executive Director of the Plymouth Area Chamber of Commerce, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Julie.
Well, Amy, you have been named the recipient of the distinguished Phyllis Hughes Award, which was created to honor the memory of Phyllis, who was a great publisher and philanthropist here in Plymouth. This award has previously been bestowed upon Peter Brown of Tiny & Sons Glass and of the Chamber presidency in the past, and of course Gary Maestas, who's the superintendent of schools in Plymouth, along with a number of other things that both of those gentlemen did. And now you have been the third recipient of this incredible award. How did you feel when you found out that you were the third recipient?
Well, I was honestly completely floored. When Sue Giovanetti called to inform me, I was like, what? I've been selected. I certainly don't take this lightly and know what a wonderful woman Phyllis Hughes was and her dedication she had for so many organizations and especially our community. So I am just so honored to be receiving this award and for the namesake of such a dynamic person. And then to follow in behind Peter Brown and Gary Maestas is just two incredible men who I am just beyond thankful for what they do in our community and certainly what they have done for the chamber. They're amazing folks, and I'm tremendously happy to be following behind them, and especially to be the first woman to receive this award, and I know that many follow.
Absolutely, and well-deserved, Miss Amy, let me tell you. The Chamber has done a tremendous amount of advocacy for Plymouth businesses during this pandemic. How has your focus had to change, and what new methodologies have you embraced to help the businesses during this unprecedented time?
Well, Julie, everything has changed, honestly. I felt we had to lead by example, be very relevant during this time. I think it was like throwing all the papers up in the air and seeing what happened with them. Honestly, I had to try new things. And I don't think I would have tried these things or imagined doing some of these things before, but we shifted gears so quickly. We changed our mission, our goals. We did short-term goals. We provided very critical business needs, advocacy efforts with federal, state, local government. We were giving advice and just being a support organization for so many businesses. It was so important for us to really change our programming, everything that we were doing to be relevant and just provide support. And then most of all, we had to heighten the importance of supporting local because we knew our businesses needed our help more than ever. It certainly wasn't easy being the steady hand while others were shaking. And I think it was a tough decision to not save cash flow, just like every other business. Our organization financially is feeling the strain of COVID, but I wanted to power through, be able to provide as many services and resources for our small business community, and I think we've done a really great job for it. We created a grant program for small businesses, the Plymouth One Fund, which PAC-TV was just a huge supporter of that. And I don't think that we would have raised as much funding as we did without that support. Close to $80,000 has been distributed to small businesses in our community, something I'm so proud of. We supported businesses with various marketing campaigns. We created virtual events for networking and other various programming to support small businesses, whether it was cash mobs for people to encourage them to support local and purchase local, created guides for takeout and restaurants, and then something very large I don't think I ever would have proposed prior to COVID was proposing a one-way corridor for downtown Plymouth to aid in recovery for those restaurants. And I have to say that we also secured a donation to be able to do so of $60,000 from Liddell Brothers to be able to provide the barrier. So that's a lot of the hard work that we did during this time and shifted our gears, and we're hopefully working back towards our primary mission and goals, but we'll always be a support engine for all the small businesses in our community.
Yeah, and the list that you just did isn't half of what you've done over the past 9 months. I mean, daily, if you go on your website, the things that you are providing for the businesses in our community is in normal times, it's uncanny. And right now, it's just, well, you know how I feel about the chamber that does so much for so many with so few people. It's just mind-blowing to me, and one of the many reasons why you received this award, I'm sure. The chamber is so known as being front-facing. I mean, you're everywhere. Your people are everywhere. You can't turn your head without, oh, there's Amy, there's Bob, there's somebody from the chamber, always. And to have done all of this behind the lens almost has been very, very different. And like you said, you had to pivot just like we did here at PAC TV. And you do what you have to do, and that's what you did. And so we're in early December. The next few months and the first few months of 2021 are going to be rough. They're going to be hard. So it's going to remain really challenging. What strategies for the next 3 or 4 or 5 months are you going to employ to try to help the businesses just get through until we do see the light at the end of the tunnel, which we really should be seeing spring, summer of 2021?
Yes, we do know those winter months are going to be very, very challenging. We know January, February, March are going to be tough. We are working on a number of plans, various recovery efforts. We do have a Plymouth Recovery Task Force, which is comprised of organizational leaders in the community working on recovery efforts and economic development. We're going to re-energize some of our mission and goals for that committee as well, come up with some fresh marketing ideas, and honestly, COVID-friendly events. We have an upcoming hometown stroll that we hope is going to be very successful for our local retailers and restaurants, the brick and mortars, as well as online shopping. But coming up with COVID-friendly type of events like that, I think it's going to be particularly important. Providing and marketing and just getting businesses' names out there and keeping the reminder of the importance of supporting our local businesses and not going online to shop from the big box stores, and that we want to continue to advocate for all those small businesses because they are our friends and our neighbors, and we love them, and we want to see them get out of COVID. So we are working on so many different things, and all of these tend to be very short-term goals. I wish I could. It's easier said than done to plan for the next 2 months, but things are constantly changing, as you know, Julie, and we have to shift gears quickly. So a lot of times our ideas come to fruition in days, and so things are constantly changing. We are always open for new ideas. One thing I do want to encourage businesses to know that our team is here working for them as hard as we possibly can. I have an open door policy. People can stop by my office at any time. I'm welcome to chat with them about their business, offer advice, let them know of resources available. Anyone from my team is always here to help, and we are so passionate about what we do, and we love what we do, and we really want to just help and make sure all these businesses survive. So challenging times ahead, but we've come this far, and we know we will continue to power on and make it through the next challenging months with some great creative ideas and marketing plans.
Yep. And you do it, and you're right. It literally, you have to pivot on a dime. Things can change overnight, and the best laid plans of mice and men don't often come to fruition. But like you said, there's been a huge amount of people that have worked together to help each other. I know the restaurants have really supported each other, which has been an amazing thing to watch. Of all the things that have gone wrong in the last 6 months, what have you found to be the silver linings?
There's actually a lot more silver lining I would have imagined. You know, these are tough times, but there's always silver linings. I have to say I have quite a few. So communication and partnership with the town of Plymouth has probably been one of the biggest silver linings. Our relationship and the support we've received from the town and the support the business community has received from the town has just been absolutely tremendous. So I think that's a wonderful silver lining. Creating stronger communication and relationships with our small businesses. I think businesses feel probably more comfortable and confident reaching out to me and my team, expressing their input, concerns, any feedback, criticism. I think that's a great silver lining. I think strengthening communication is always such a great outcome. So I'm so thankful and empowered to lead this organization and be able to help however we can. So I'm always open to feedback. Lastly, I think another great silver lining has certainly, there's so many things that's pushed me outside of my comfort zone. Being forced to kind of put my neck out, regardless of what the outcome may be, because I knew it was not life or death, but I mean, these were big decisions, and they were very dependent upon many of our small businesses. So I think I never would have normally. I would have maybe rode that line, but I've definitely put my neck out there, and I've not been afraid to propose new ideas. This year is definitely a year of throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks, and I'm grateful for those silver linings and be able to do that.
You're right, and you're right about stepping outside your comfort zone, and that's probably one of the reasons why you did receive this award, because it's not only for philanthropy and dedication and service to the community, but sometimes that comes at the price of taking huge risks, and it's risk takers that are the ones that end up making change. And we are so proud of you. We are so happy for you and the Chamber, and we will continue to partner with you. And we thank you so much, Amy Naples, for joining us today, and wish you a wonderful and safe holiday season.
Thank you so much, Julie. Thank you for having me and for recognizing me and for the partnership. It is something we value so much, and PAC TV and your entire team. So thank you, thank you.
Thank you. And back to you, Elizabeth.
Much deserved. Congratulations, Amy.